Welcome to Drift Off and Discover, a calm space where we explore everyday objects in a gentle, sleep-friendly way. Tonight we're exploring the gentle history of the scissors, a familiar companion at the edges of the day. Before we begin, a quick reminder. Please don't listen while driving or doing anything that needs your full attention. This is a moment for slowing down, settling in, and letting the world soften around you. When you're ready, let's drift into the story. A cool, smooth metal loop resting against your thumb. The quiet, rhythmic click of blades meeting in perfect alignment. The sensation of paper parting effortlessly beneath a steady, controlled motion. These small, tactile experiences anchor us to the present moment, inviting the mind to let go of the day's weight. Scissors are a tool of division, yet they feel remarkably like a tool of connection, bringing order to the chaotic edges of our craft. To hold a pair is to hold an instrument of precision, refined over centuries into a shape that feels like an extension of the hand itself. Before we unravel their long journey through time, simply feel the weight of them in your mind's eye, steady and grounded. We often overlook how these two halves, joined at the center, work in complete harmony to produce a single, clean result. It is a lesson in balance, a quiet metaphor for how we navigate our own lives, by bringing two opposing sides together and finding a point where they can cooperate. As we begin this exploration, allow yourself to sink deeper into your surroundings, letting the mundane details of the room around you fade into the background. Focus entirely on the concept of the edge, the point of contact, and the gentle, recurring motion that defines the history of this remarkable, everyday object. Long before the modern, spring-loaded pivot we recognize today, the earliest cutting tools were simple, singular forms. Imagine the ancient world, where bronze was the height of human ingenuity. The first iterations of what would become our modern scissors were not two crossing blades, but rather a single, springy piece of metal, curved at the top like a bow. These spring shears were essential for sheep shearing and harvesting crops in the fields of early Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. There was no hinge to break, only the natural tension of the metal bowing back after each snip. It is a humble beginning for a tool that now defines the modern office, a testament to how human needs have remained stubbornly constant across millennia. We have always looked for ways to sever and shape the world around us. These early tools required a different kind of strength, a rhythmic squeezing of the metal that mirrored the pulse of the harvester in the field. There was no pivot, no screw, only the inherent resistance of the bronze, which would snap back into place the moment the pressure was released. It was a tool of the earth, used in the heat of the day, coated in dust, and essential for the survival of the community. Yet, even then, there was a grace to the motion. The shepherd, moving through the flock, utilized these tools with a practiced fluidity, an economy of movement that speaks to a life lived in accordance with the seasons. We can imagine the soft metallic sound of these bronze bows opening and closing, a sound that has echoed through the streets of ancient civilizations and out into the vast, quiet fields of the past, marking the steady progress of trade and daily life. It is fascinating to realize that our modern, refined scissors are simply the distant, quiet descendants of these hard-working ancestors, still performing the same fundamental task of separation, albeit with much greater ease and far less resistance. We are connected to those ancient harvesters through this simple metallic action, a bridge across time built of bronze and intent, reminding us that even the simplest of tasks have a deep, resonant history that can help us feel more connected to the world and its long, slow evolution. The Romans, ever the engineers of comfort and utility, took this simple spring design and brought it into the heart of the home. As they expanded their influence across Europe and North Africa, they refined the forging process, allowing for more durable blades and more ergonomic shapes. By the time of the Roman Empire, shears were being used for more than just shearing sheep. They were used for trimming hair, shaping fabric, and managing the intricate lives of a growing civilization. We can imagine the soft clinking of bronze shears in a busy marketplace, a sound that has echoed through the streets of Rome and out into the provinces, marking the steady progress of trade and daily life. It was a time of transition, where the tool became as common as the needles used alongside it. The Romans understood that a tool, to be truly effective, must be comfortable to hold and easy to maintain. They began to experiment with the curvature of the blades and the width of the handle, moving away from the purely utilitarian forms of the past towards something that felt intentionally crafted. In the quiet of a Roman villa, a servant might use these refined shears to prepare the fine linen for the master's tunic, or to trim the wicks of the oil lamps that lit the long, dark evenings. The bronze was often polished to a soft luster, a sign of its value and the care with which it was kept. These were not disposable objects, they were investments, tools that were handed down from one generation to the next, representing a continuity of effort and purpose. As we think about these Roman shears, let the image of their smooth, dark metal rest in your mind. Imagine the way they felt in the hand, cool, solid, and dependable. The Roman refinement was not just about the effectiveness of the cut. It was about the integration of the tool into the rhythms of daily existence. They made the act of cutting a regular, predictable, and manageable part of life, setting a standard for craftsmanship that would last until the dawn of the Middle Ages. This stability, this focus on creating things that would endure, is something we can carry with us into our own rest. A sense of foundation and history that makes the present moment feel more secure, more quiet, and more profoundly at peace. The most significant evolution in our story, the true birth of the scissor, occurred around the 1st century AD. It was then that the spring was finally abandoned in favour of the pivot point. By crossing two blades and joining them with a pin, artisans created a tool that offered more leverage and greater accuracy. This was a technological leap that changed everything. Suddenly, you didn't need the strength of the metal's tension to return the blade to an open position. The motion became a simple, fluid exchange of pressure. The pivot point, that tiny, unassuming fulcrum, allowed for a much cleaner cut, turning a blunt instrument of the field into a refined instrument of the workshop. This shift to the pivot was the moment the scissor became intelligent. By allowing the blades to rotate around a single point, the designer could control the angle of the cut with precision. No longer were we fighting the metal, we were guiding it. This required a higher level of metallurgical skill. The pin had to be perfectly placed, tight enough to keep the blades in contact, but loose enough to allow them to slide against each other without friction. It was a marvel of mechanical engineering, a simple solution to a complex problem. Imagine the artisan in a Roman workshop, carefully drilling that central hole, selecting a sturdy pin, and testing the tension over and over until the blades moved with a whisper-quiet grace. This level of care defines the pivot. It turned the scissor into a partner. As you drift, think about that point of intersection, the center of the scissor where the action happens. It is the place where energy is transferred, where the intent of the hand becomes the result on the material. It is a place of absolute focus, where the two halves meet and collaborate. This balance, this harmony at the center, is a beautiful thing to contemplate as you prepare to settle into your own rest. Everything has a center, a point where things come together, where the movement begins, and where the purpose is realized. Let your mind rest on that pivot, that point of quiet strength, as you feel your own tension slowly dissolve. As history moved into the Middle Ages, the craft of making scissors became increasingly specialized. In the quiet, candlelit rooms of medieval monasteries, scribes and tailors alike relied on these pivoted blades. The monks, responsible for copying vast texts, used them to trim parchment and prepare quills. There is a certain peaceful symmetry in the idea of a monk, in the hushed silence of a scriptorium, using a pair of iron scissors to steady a page. The iron was often forged in local smithies, meaning every pair was unique, shaped by the hands of a village blacksmith who understood the rhythm of the work. These were not mass-produced items. They were precious tools, cherished and maintained, passed down as part of a trade. The monastic life was one of repetition, order, and devotion. Every tool used in the monastery was treated with respect, as it served a higher purpose. The scissors used to trim the heavy parchment of a manuscript were kept sharp, their blades polished and clean, ready to perform their delicate duty without damaging the precious work. Imagine the environment. The cool stone walls, the faint smell of wax and old vellum, the soft light coming through a high, narrow window. In this setting, the sound of the scissors was a part of the daily liturgy, a gentle, sharp noise that punctuated the silence. It was a sound of progress, of work being done, but always in a way that honored the material. This was the era of the craftsperson, where the maker and the user were often connected by a shared understanding of the tool's importance. When we think of these monastic scissors, we are thinking of a time when everything had its place, when the tools we used were a reflection of our commitment to our labor. It is a soothing thought, this idea of living with tools that are well made and well cared for. It suggests that our daily actions, no matter how small, have value, and that the care we put into them is reflected in the quality of our lives. As the day ends, allow that sense of order and care to settle into your own mind, creating a quiet space where you can simply be. By the 17th and 18th centuries, scissors had become the lifeblood of the tailoring industry. With the rise of intricate fashion, the layering of silks, the shaping of velvet, the stiff collars and ornate cuffs, the demand for precision increased. Tailors were no longer just cutting for utility, they were sculpting with fabric. A good pair of shears became a tailor's most trusted partner. The handle was designed to fit comfortably in the palm, and the blades were polished to a mirror finish to glide through heavy materials. There is a meditative quality to the sound of a tailor at work, the long, continuous snip that follows the chalk line, a rhythmic, satisfying noise that speaks of patience and dedicated focus. Tailoring was an art of anticipation. The tailor had to know the fabric, how it would drape, how it would stretch, how it would hold its shape. And the scissors were the medium through which that knowledge was expressed. The blades became an extension of the tailor's will, moving across the cloth with a grace that seems effortless to the observer, but is the result of years of practice. Think of the tailor's workshop, the warm light of the afternoon sun, the dust motes dancing in the air, the gentle snip-snip of the shears against the fine fabric. It is a scene of immense calm and concentration. The tailor did not rush. The perfect garment could not be forced. Instead, there was a steady, rhythmic pacing that guided the work from beginning to end. This same pace is available to us, a way of moving through our own tasks with intention and quiet confidence. As you reflect on the tailor's art, feel the same sense of focused calm entering your own body. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. You are the tailor of your own rest, carefully shaping the moments of your evening, smoothing out the rough edges, and preparing yourself for the soft, comfortable embrace of sleep. There is no need for haste. There is only the rhythmic, steady movement toward peace and quiet. In the industrial heart of England, the city of Sheffield became the global centre for steel production. It was here that the manufacturing of scissors underwent another transformation. The development of new tempering techniques meant that blades could hold their edge longer, requiring less frequent sharpening. The factory systems brought consistency, but the artisans of Sheffield still poured a deep sense of pride into their steel. This era saw the introduction of decorative handles, cast in brass or polished steel, turning the functional tool into an object of beauty. Imagine the heat of the Sheffield forges, the orange glow of the metal, and the methodical work of the grinders, creating a product that would travel the world. The steel of Sheffield was legendary for its purity and strength. It was the backbone of the industrial age, used to build machines, tools, and structures that would define the modern world. But when it was fashioned into scissors, it took on a different character. It became something tactile, something that lived in the hand. The grinders, working in the long, dark workshops, would spend hours at their wheels, creating the perfect bevel for each blade. The sound of the grinder, a low, rhythmic hum, was the sound of the city itself. It was a sound of constant, steady work, a sound that has become synonymous with quality. When you held a pair of Sheffield scissors, you were holding a piece of that history. You were holding the result of countless hours of focused, expert labour. This is a comforting thought. The idea that the objects we use have a history of care and attention. It means that we are surrounded by the legacy of people who took pride in what they made. This legacy of excellence is something we can draw upon as we prepare for sleep. We can appreciate the quality of the world around us, the small, well-made things that make our lives easier and more pleasant. Let the image of that glowing forge and the steady, humming grinder settle into your mind, a reminder of the quiet strength that exists in the world, a strength you can now allow yourself to mirror. As the 19th century progressed, scissors moved from the specialised workshop into the everyday home. They became a standard item in the sewing kit of every household. No longer reserved for the professional tailor or the monastery scribe, scissors were now available to the mother mending clothes, the student working on a project, or the gardener tending to the roses. This democratization of the tool meant that its design needed to become even more reliable and safe for the common user. The rounded points of many household scissors were a thoughtful touch, ensuring that they could be kept in a basket or drawer without unnecessary risk. They became, as they remain today, the unsung hero of home maintenance. Every household had its favourite pair of scissors, the ones kept in the kitchen drawer or the sewing basket, the ones that were always there when you needed them. They were the tools of mending, of creating, of organising. Think of the gentle, familiar tasks: cutting out a pattern for a new dress, snipping a loose thread from a shirt, trimming the stems of flowers for the table. These small acts were part of the fabric of daily life, the quiet, repetitive motions that kept a home running smoothly. There was a sense of comfort in knowing that the right tool was always within reach. The household scissor was a witness to the daily joys and responsibilities of family life, a quiet partner in all the small, necessary tasks that keep us connected to our surroundings. As we consider this, think about the tools in your own life, the simple, reliable objects that you use without a second thought. They are the anchors of your own daily rhythm, the things that make your home a place of order and ease. Let yourself feel grateful for these quiet helpers, these silent partners that make your life a little more comfortable and a little more manageable. As you prepare to sleep, let the feeling of that familiar household calm settle in. A sense that everything is in its right place and that you are safe, comfortable, and well provided for. As the modern age dawned, the variety of scissors expanded to meet every possible need. From the delicate curved blades of medical instruments, designed for the sterile, precise environment of the hospital, to the heavy-duty shears of the construction site, each pair was engineered for a specific purpose. We saw the rise of pinking shears, with their jagged, triangular blades meant to keep fabric from fraying, and barber scissors, balanced for a nimble, rapid-fire motion. This specialization is the hallmark of the 20th century, where technology allowed us to fine-tune the basic pivoted design until we had a tool for every imaginable nuance of our lives. This specialization was a testament to our desire to make our work more efficient and more precise. Each new type of scissor was an improvement, a step toward making our lives more manageable. Consider the surgical scissors, so perfectly balanced that they feel like a part of the surgeon's own hand, or the gardener's shears, designed to provide the maximum amount of leverage with the minimum amount of effort. Each one is a solution to a specific need, a triumph of human ingenuity and design. But even with all this specialization, the underlying principle remained the same. The pivot, the blades, the simple rhythmic motion of opening and closing. This is the beauty of a good design. It can be adapted and improved without ever losing its essential character. As you think about this, realize that you, too, have a purpose, a place in the world where you can be both effective and at peace. You do not need to be everything to everyone. You only need to be yourself, in the place where you are most needed, doing the work that you are best suited for. This thought can be incredibly liberating. It allows you to let go of the pressure to be perfect, and instead focus on being present, being engaged, and being content with the simple, necessary work that you do every day. As you settle in, let the idea of purpose and specialization fade, and instead embrace the simple, quiet reality of being exactly where you are, doing exactly what you are doing. While iron and steel have historically been the metals of choice, the last century has introduced a fascinating array of new materials. We have seen the introduction of lightweight aluminium handles, high-carbon stainless steel that resists rust, and even ceramic blades for tasks requiring absolute purity. The engineering behind the pivot has also evolved, with modern tension adjustment screws that allow the user to decide exactly how smooth the action should be. Each innovation is an attempt to make the tool feel even more natural, to reduce the effort required to make the cut, and to ensure that the blades remain sharp for years of quiet service. These innovations have made our tools more durable, more efficient, and more versatile than ever before. But more importantly, they have made them more reliable. A modern pair of scissors, whether it is for the kitchen, the office, or the studio, is designed to be a tool that you can trust. It will work when you need it to, and it will do so with a minimum of fuss. This reliability is something we can appreciate in our own lives, a sense of stability and predictability that can be very soothing. Think about the way your own day is structured, the habits and routines that help you feel secure and grounded. These are the modern innovations of your own life, the systems and practices you have developed to make things work more smoothly. As you think about this, feel the weight of your own daily routine, the comforting predictability of your life, and the sense of security that comes from knowing you have what you need. Let yourself sink deeper into your bed, feeling the weight of your body against the mattress, and let all the responsibilities of the day slowly drift away. You have done your work, you have managed your tasks, and now you can simply rest. The tools you have used throughout the day have served their purpose, and now it is time for you to serve your own need for rest and recovery. There is something deeply satisfying about the simple operation of a pair of scissors. The way the handles nestle into the fingers, the weight of the blades, the deliberate way the two pieces of metal interact. In a world that is increasingly digital, where our work is often abstract and intangible, the physical act of cutting remains refreshingly grounded. When you use scissors, you are physically altering your environment. You are making a choice, defining a boundary, and completing a task. It is a grounding activity, one that draws us back to the material world and requires us to be present, focused, and steady. The tactile nature of the scissor is its greatest gift. It is an invitation to be in the moment, to feel the resistance of the material, the snap of the blade, and the satisfaction of a clean cut. When you focus on these small physical sensations, the mental clutter of the day begins to clear. The worries, the schedules, the complex thoughts, they all start to lose their urgency, replaced by the simple, quiet reality of the task at hand. This is the power of being grounded in the material world. It is a way of coming back to ourselves, of finding a sense of centre in the midst of a busy life. Think about how this feels: the steady, controlled motion, the focus of the eye, the rhythm of the hand. It is a form of meditation, a way of quieting the mind through the work of the body. As you drift towards sleep, try to carry that feeling with you. Let the sensation of the cool, solid metal of the scissors be a reminder of your own presence, your own groundedness in the world. Feel your body becoming heavy, your muscles relaxing, and your mind settling into a place of profound quiet. You are here, you are safe, and you are ready for a deep, restorative rest. There is nothing more to do, nowhere else to be, and nothing to worry about. Just the quiet, steady rhythm of your own breath, carrying you towards sleep. As we close our exploration of this simple, elegant tool, consider how much it has witnessed. From the early fields of the ancient world to the modern study, scissors have been a quiet constant, a silent partner in the work of our hands. They have helped us create, helped us mend, and helped us shape our surroundings to fit our needs. They remind us that even the simplest of objects have a story to tell, and that there is a quiet beauty in the tools we use every day. As you finally drift off, feel the rhythm of these blades as a gentle, calming pulse, a steady, soothing sound that carries you further and further into a deep, peaceful sleep. Every snip, every movement, every moment spent with this tool has been a part of your own history, a part of your journey through the world. Think about the many ways scissors have touched your life, the small tasks they have helped you complete, the beauty they have helped you create. They are a symbol of the progress we have made, the tools we have refined, and the care we have taken in our work. They are a symbol of the quiet, steady persistence that defines the best parts of our lives. As you feel yourself becoming lighter, as the room around you fades away, let the story of the scissor be the last thing you think of. Feel the comfort of your bed, the softness of your pillow, and the slow, deep rhythm of your own breathing. You have everything you need. You have done everything you can, and now it is time to let go. Everything is quiet, everything is calm, and you are ready to rest. Thank you so much for sharing this quiet moment with me. If you'd like more bedtime stories like this, then please subscribe now. And if there's a topic you'd love to hear as you drift off, let me know in the comments. Sleep well and be safe.